What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at some NHL trade rumors from Specters Hockey for September 16th. Now this is going to be a restricted free agents version of this. Now if you want to read it down below, click that link. It's in the description box, but we're going to be getting right into this right now because there's a lot of stuff packed into this article. So some stuff on Boeser from the province. Ed Wills, again, or Willie's, not sure how to pronounce his name. No disrespect, there's just a lot of info in here. But he believes that the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't making it easy for the Vancouver Canucks to hold on to Brock Boeser after the huge deal that was given out to Mitch Marner, because, you know, there's a lot of GMs, a lot of representatives around the league that believe that it was a overpayment that's going to hurt other teams in signing their restricted free agents. Now, with Marner, he had more points than Boeser, of course. Marner had 94 points. Boeser had 56 in 69 games. But if you look at the average production, if Boeser would have played a full season, I mean, we're talking not too far apart. Now, it's apparently reported that the Canucks are looking at giving Boeser, or offering him, around $7 million annually. So his AAV would be $7 million bucks. But that number could go up after the Marner deal. Now, that's a lot of money for Brock Boeser. Now, that's no disrespect to him. Like, I think that he's definitely a good player and he's going to be worth the money in the long term. But, you know, if he can't stay healthy and maybe he doesn't produce as much as the Canucks want him to, maybe they're not comfortable giving him that money right away and they'd rather go to a bridge contract and then move on to a bigger deal. Now, the Specters note here says that the Canucks don't exactly have the most salary cap space. Cap Friendly indicates they have over $4.1 million, well below what Boeser would be seeking. They'll have to make a cost-cutting move to fit Boeser, which is, you know, apparent that the Canucks have a good roster and they're going to have a good team this year, and Boeser definitely wants to be a Canuck. It's been said out there many times. Jim Benning has also reiterated that he wants Boeser on that team 100% no matter what. But with the ask that RFAs are looking for right now, they're going to have to pay Boeser a big dollar amount, and they're going to have to find a way to make a move to get him in there. Now, moving on, the Denver Post, Mike Chambers speculates it could cost the Colorado Avalanche around $10.5 million annually to re-sign Mikko Rantanen. Right now, Mikko Rantanen is in Finland waiting for a new contract, and he's coming off a career high of 31 goals and 87 points, so it's not going to be easy for them to hold on to him. Unlike the Canucks, the Avalanche have a ton of cap space. They have over $15 million in cap space, and this is what's confusing me, is I figured this deal would have been done already. Now, GM Joe Sakic probably hopes to get the winger under contract for less than 10.5, but I don't know how that's going to happen. Rantanen is definitely looking for that big payday, and he's proving that he's one of those guys in the league that can fill the stat sheet. And listen, the Canucks or the Avalanche have a ton of cap space, but I'm sure that they want to be able to make other moves, especially going towards the deadline, if they're going to be going all in for that playoff push and ultimately a Stanley Cup. So this is something to keep our eyes on. I'm almost positive that this deal is going to get done pretty soon, because I feel like they're going to have to offer him a big dollar amount just to get him under contract. They want him there from the opening puck drop. But listen, camps are already going through here, and we're starting preseason games. Like, one has already been played. There's a bunch going on again in the coming days. They're going to have to get that deal done pretty soon. Now, this is coming from the Boston Herald. Steve Conroy reports that GM Don Sweeney offered no timetable for defenseman Brandon Carlo and when they would get a contract done for him. He's the only remaining RFA left on the team. Carlo was a pretty solid addition to this Bruins team since he got to the Bruins, of course. Listen, the Bruins have a little more than $3.2 million in salary cap space, but Sweeney feels he could get the blue liner under contract without making another move. He could also place Kevin Miller and or John Moore on long-term injury reserve if they're not ready to start the season. So the Bruins have the money that they feel like they can get this deal done. Carlo, again, proved that he's, you know, a guy that the Bruins want to hold on to. They really like him. And, of course, being a restricted free agent, they shouldn't have too much difficulty in getting a deal done, because this shouldn't be some big dollar deal. Carlo is a guy that hits hard. He's a big dude, and I think that they want to get this deal done as soon as possible. Now, regarding Hutton, former Vancouver Canucks defenseman Ben Hutton has apparently received multiple offers according to TSN, which reportedly include the Kings, Rangers, Red Wings, and Minnesota Wild. Now, with training camp underway, Hutton might not take too much longer weighing his options. You know, he wants to get in there. He's got to get some skating sessions in. He's got to get some practices in, because especially if you're coming into a new team like this and you're starting off the season without a contract, you're not even skating, like with a professional hockey team. From what we've heard right now, nothing in here states that Ben Hutton has been skating with, teams overseas or whatever. They're going to have to get him under a contract real soon, whoever the other teams that are interested in him, because they're going to want him to be at full strength and, worth the money that they end up paying him. So the Kings, Rangers, Wings, and Wild got to get that done as soon as possible, or whatever team he ends up with. Now, Brian Boyle, a guy who's a good depth option for any NHL team. He's proven that he's a great veteran. He's got to get a contract soon, too. TSN reported that he is attracting interest from 4 or 5 clubs. However, there's been a holding pattern trying to clear sufficient cap space. And the Spectre's note also says that there's also some other restricted and unrestricted free agents that are kind of holding up the market for Brian Boyle to get a contract. And I like Boyle. When he came to the Leafs, he did a really good job, and he's done really good. He's battled adversity, and I think that he's a guy that deserves to get a contract as soon as possible, and it's looking like he will. So let me know what you guys think. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.